wondered why suddenly crave specific foods out of nowhere? For example, did you know that craving chocolate can sometimes be associated with magnesium deficiency, whilst a craving bread may indicate nitrogen deficiency? Let's discover the factors influencing your intense desire for certain foods. Recent research suggests that food cravings arise from a complex interplay of psychological, physiological, and environmental factors. These cravings are often driven by intense desires for specific foods triggered by emotional cues, dietary habits, and environmental influences. Hormonal fluctuations, nutrient deficiencies, stress, and emotional states can also contribute to the onset of food cravings. On top of these, societal and cultural factors, as well as individual preferences and experiences, play a significant role in shaping food cravings. Your body communicates its needs through various signals. Thirst, for example, signals dehydration. Fatigue may indicate a lack of sleep or vitamin B12, and food cravings are often linked to nutrient deficiencies. For instance, cravings for sweets may indicate a need for magnesium and chromium found in foods like broccoli, eggs, and poultry. Craving bread could suggest a nitrogen deficiency, which can be addressed by consuming more fish and beans. Fatty food cravings may stem from insufficient calcium intake, and craving ice, apparently it's a thing, might signal an iron deficiency, which can be addressed by consuming leafy greens and fish. Red meat cravings can also indicate an iron deficiency, while cravings for salty foods may point to a chloride deficiency. So why do we have these cravings? Number one, hormonal changes. Cravings involve a complex interplay of factors: brain messages, habit-forming behaviors, and easy food access. Studies have shown that foods that stimulate the reward regions of the brain influence our food choices and eating behaviors. Certain foods activate reward area neurons, causing highly positive emotions of pleasure that make us want to keep eating them. Hyperpalatable foods are easy to digest and have pleasant flavors like sweetness, saltiness, or richness. Insulin, cortisol, dopamine, leptin, and ghrelin, which cause cravings, are released by these hyperpalatable meals. Normally, eating releases hunger hormones, and eating these hyperpalatable meals too often may disrupt hormonal signal processing in the brain, causing cravings even after eating enough. In women, when estrogen levels are low and progesterone is high, one may feel increased cravings and less satisfied after eating. Why? Because the brain has receptors for estrogen, and higher levels of estrogen are associated with fullness and satisfaction after eating. Number two, stress. Acute short-term stress tends to have appetite-suppressing effects, whilst longer-term chronic stress is associated with hyperpalatable and calorie-dense foods. This correlation might be due to disruptions in the transmission of signals to the brain, which in turn trigger the secretion of stress hormone cortisol, which increases hunger and cravings. Number three, adequate and quality sleep. Adequate sleep helps to regulate metabolic functions, and a lack of sleep is associated with imbalances in leptin and ghrelin levels. These hormonal fluctuations may lead to overeating due to cravings for sweet, starchy, high-fat and salty foods. Studies show that people with a short sleep duration are 55% more likely to become obese compared to those who get adequate quality sleep. Number 4, exercise. Physical activity reduces levels of the hunger hormone ghrelin and increases level of the hormones leptin and glucagon-like peptide, which suppress hunger. The extent to which physical activity curbs hunger, however, depends on a number of individual variables. Faster blood flow from the intestines to the heart and muscles for oxygen causes hunger suppression in those who exercise for longer periods of time or at a higher intensity. Normal hunger signaling gradually returns after exercise. Exercising for only 20 minutes at a moderate intensity on a treadmill might not even stimulate hunger. Number 5, medication. Certain medications such as antidepressants and antipsychotics have the potential to enhance hunger and weight gain in certain individuals. While the exact process isn't clearly understood, theories point to a shift in metabolism and changed signals in the brain that indicate hunger as a possible cause. The neurotransmitter serotonin controls hunger and mood, and these antidepressants block its effects. Number 5, advertisements. The food industry spends about $10 billion annually to promote hyperpalatable foods like fast food, ice cream, crackers, sweets, and potato chips. These advertisements have the ability to activate reward circuits in the brain, so a 30-second commercial on TV or social media post showcasing these mouth-watering dishes can induce hunger pangs. Number 6, your nutrition is off balance. If you are experiencing food cravings, it could be due to inadequate protein consumption. Protein is essential for satiety and appetite regulation. A diet rich in healthy proteins can prolong satiety and reduce overeating by slowing stomach emptying. Research has shown that a high-protein breakfast significantly reduces cravings while increasing protein intake by 25% of calories can decrease cravings by up to 60%. Excellent sources of protein include egg whites, fish, and beef. Establishing regular meal times and educating the body through consistent dietary habits can further mitigate food cravings and promote overall well-being during weight loss efforts. Please note that the suggestions provided here are not intended as medical or dietary advice. As I'm not a doctor or a healthcare professional, it is important to consult with your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or lifestyle.